So I just want to talk a little bit about the drought facing the world today, um, specifically the western United States, and basically all of the United States is in a drought. It's in extreme heat and it's in a drought. Um, there's also severe heat waves and drought in India, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. And so basically it's messing up the global supply of wheat. And the the price of wheat is going up because of how much the drought is messing up the supply of wheat, and that's causing inflation. So the only way to fix the drought is by fixing climate change and reducing CO2 emissions. That's the only way you fix the drought, but that could take years and it takes lots of investing money into it. You have to invest into electric cars. You have to invest into upgrading the electrical grid. You have to invest in a lot of different things. Well, the price of everything is going to be going up because of drought. It's going to make the inflation worse and worse in the United States. It might cause a recession. So that's something we're going to deal with today and something we're going to deal with moving forward. It's going to be an open question how our leaders deal with this, because it's such a difficult problem to face. Basically, we need to buy cars that are more fuel efficient. We need to make our economy more green. We need to use forms of energy that are more that produces less CO2 emissions. The types of energy that produces the most CO2 emissions are coal, oil, and then the next kind that produces the next amount is natural gas. After that, the kinds of energy that don't produce any CO2 emissions are solar, wind, and nuclear power. And you might think nuclear power is bad for the environment, and I understand why you would think that because of the 3 Mile Island incident and the Fukushima incident. I understand why you would think the nuclear energy is bad for the environment, because there's not a place where you can put the waste. However, the nuclear energy doesn't actually produce any CO2 emissions, and that it's not just CO2 emissions, but the particles that causes lung disease, like oil power plants and natural gas power plants and coal power plants, all produce the elements that cause lung cancer. And lung cancer is can shorten everyone's life expectancy. The people that live next to the power plants and the people that don't live next to the power plants, they all have their lives shortened by lung cancer. And so actually nuclear energy is actually better because it doesn't cause lung cancer and it doesn't cause CO2 emissions. Okay? Lung cancer can be solved if we have more green forms of energy, and nuclear power also doesn't produce CO2 emissions, which would fix the climate change problem. Obviously, the ideal form of energy would be solar and wind energy, though a lot of people don't want them building solar plants or wind power plants in their backyard. I disagree with those people because I think we should be building as much solar plants and solar panels and wind power plants as possible. And I think we should be building them everywhere we can, no matter if it's interrupting our visual aesthetic of what our world looks like. We should build more of them. That is how we solve the drought problem, is by building more clean power plants, whether that's nuclear, solar, or wind energies. The nuclear energy produces the most power, and the wind and solar produce the least amount of power. However, they're getting more affordable every year, and we can solve the drought crisis, solve the climate change crisis if we set our mind to it. It's also possible it's too late to solve the drought and climate change crises. it's possible that it's too late to solve and there's not anything we can do about it. And we're just going to have to live in the world that it's turning into no matter what. And we're going to have to adapt to climate change no matter what. In that case, we're going to have to grow more resistant crops such as potatoes. And I think potatoes are the most climate resistant crops. So we're probably going to be growing more potatoes moving forward. I don't know if the wheat's going to be growing as well as it used to be, but we'll see. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about the drought crisis facing the United States and the drought crisis facing the world today? The price of all foods are going to go up, but we can work together to solve the climate change and find ways to survive with higher prices of food. It's going to be a difficult problem moving forward. But let me know in the comments if you have any ideas how to fix the problem. Please subscribe to this channel to be part of the community. Please like this video; it really helps the channel out a lot. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.